Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, the little notify bell next to it. Make sure you always got your new Going In Raw notifications. We've got some new patrons over on the Patreon, patreon.com/Steve and Larson. We've been doing pretty good work over there, man. We got some bonus episodes up this week. We got yesterday anyways, we did a new episode of Tape Trade.
Yeah.
Where we sit there and watch a wrestling match. We put that up for our patrons as well.
Correct.
We watched perhaps the worst match in the history of TNA.
It's pretty bad.
Maybe even wrestling.
It's
Although
pretty
there have
lousy.
been some really bad matches.
Yeah.
Victory Road 2009. What was it? Jenna Maraska
taking on Charmel.
Queen Charmel. So we got some new patrons in. Socialist icon Gardner Minshew III.
Mishnu, isn't it?
Mishnu?
Yeah.
Here it says Minshew.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I thought it meant Gardner. Isn't Gardner the quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars? That was
No
Gardner
say,
Minshew.
senor.
Okay.
I do not know. Hollywood Cade Hayes. He did the high roller tier.
Wow.
Big deal. Quentin Damone and Curtis Munson and Puerto Black, Brandon Hilt, Hannibal, and Fernando Diaz.
Thank you all.
Thank you all for your support. That really helps. We also have a couple new channel members. Larson, what are their names?
Let me scroll down and I can tell you that. Shinobi Raven, welcome. Josh the Cowboy, welcome. Methodical Monkey, welcome. Thank you for membership. All part of Friendo Club. Speaking of Friendo Club, Steve, show it off, please. Available right now at friendomarket.com. Use promo code Friendo to get 20% off. Not just that, you get some stickers. You get the usual accoutrements that comes with a shirt and sticker pack. There it is, covering me up, because who needs to see me when that shirt's in play?
Look, man, either way, look, two Larsons now on screen. It's crazy. Yeah, man, this shirt has been selling real hot.
Yeah.
It's been going, it's been flying off the
Yeah,
shelves.
it really has. Limited supplies. If you want to guarantee delivery before the Christmas, probably should get on it right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
We will probably do a restock at some point, but not till 2020.
Yeah. Friendo promo code Friendo.
Friendo.
20% off, and that goes for all orders there at friendomarket.com.
Up until, what, midnight on Friday?
Yeah, I believe so. I think so. Yeah, like it goes through Black Friday, ends midnight Friday night.
So Saturday morning.
I might extend that to Saturday, just because, Black Friday, people sometimes are out after midnight.
Yeah, and like Black Friday now is like a whole week.
Yeah, I know.
Now it starts. Some shops are opening at like 2:00 on Thursday.
People
it's ridiculous.
hop right on it now, man.
Like let people who work have a day off on Thanksgiving at least.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Shout out to Tim Spulak.
Make people work on Thanksgiving is good stuff.
No, having them giving them the day off for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it
good
is
stuff. Yeah, let them get the day off. Tim Spulak's out there. They're anticipating a blizzard.
Yeah.
So be careful.
Yeah, there's nasty weather going on.
Careful out there, Tim. Stay off roofs.
Please.
Roofs.
Roofs.
Roof. Anyways, so yeah, Raw was fun last night.
It was a fun show. It was a vast improvement over what we've seen in the last few weeks.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. This is why I'm just apprehensive. So, like, normally I'd be like, there's been a couple times over the past, let's say, 6 months or whatever.
Yeah.
When we get a show that kind of feels like this, where it's like, oh, we've got what looks like
direction.
The seed of direction. It looks like they're going to go. They're setting stuff up. The Seth Rollins heel turn, we got that last night. We got AOP with some sort of, they're setting something up with those guys. Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy had a physical confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they're going to a place. The problem is every time they do this, within a couple weeks,
it's crap again.
They start spinning their wheels and they don't follow through with it.
Yeah, no.
So although last night I thought was fun, I thought it was worthy of a post Big Four pay-per-view Raw,
Yeah.
Okay, good first step, way to line up some pieces.
Now the time to follow through on what
You got to
set
follow
up,
through
yeah.
on those.
Without that, it's kind of meaningless.
Yeah. Seth Rollins, which I thought was the most clever way of doing a heel turn, echoing the rah-rah speech rumors.
Well, it's not just that. I like it is that, assuming this is the direction they go, some people may dispute whether there's an actual heel turn or not. But I think the key part of it, the part that's most interesting, is that he doesn't consider himself a heel in the least, and I think that's there's area there, there's ground there for some interesting stuff. Because I was thinking about this while brushing my teeth this morning. It's usually when I have my most significant philosophical debates within myself as I'm brushing my teeth.
Yeah.
Like what heels in WWE. Like all the heels in WWE, they know they're not good people.
Yeah, they're actively bad people.
They realize, okay, I have to use nefarious means to achieve what I want.
Yeah.
And the way Seth was presenting himself last night is like, I'm doing this because I love Raw. I want to be the best. It was, in his mind, it was tough love essentially, but he thinks he's doing the right thing. That's what he kept saying last night. I'm doing this for the right reasons.
It is. It's very much the Twitter Seth turned up to 11.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Which I think is a very smart way to go.
Yeah.
I wonder, the one thing that I like about it that I know that I'm simply just, I don't know what you want to call it, projecting or filling in the holes myself, is that this could be related. What have we always said about Bray Wyatt and now The Fiend?
Oh, yeah.
When you fight somebody, you have to be changed.
Yeah.
And Seth even has said that.
Yeah.
You're changed, but it's always just lip service.
Yeah.
And I would love if they actually explore the sort of oozing desperation of Seth wanting to blaming everybody else for why Raw sucks at Survivor Series. Blaming everybody else and saying, you're not Seth Rollins, you're not as good as me, I'm just trying to make it better. He's doing like the Michael Jordan thing, tearing down Kwame Brown.
Trying to make Kwame Brown mentally tough.
Well, he got that idea from Magic, right? Didn't Magic do that with Paul Pierce?
I don't remember that.
That's what I thought it was.
I remember.
So he's doing that, and I'd love for them to reference that this all comes from being basically humiliated in a way by The Fiend.
Well, I mean,
and stripped of the title.
Wyatt posted on Twitter yesterday. I always knew you had it in you or something like that.
Yeah. So I hope that that's something they don't just relegate to Twitter and let the wrestlers tweet that stuff. I hope they actually make that part of his psychological motivation for why he's had this change in character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you separate Wyatt's kind of mind games. You look at the years Seth has had. He's been on the highest of highs. He's done a lot. He beat Brock twice clean.
Alex C has actually a really good point here. Finn was also changed after The Fiend.
Yeah.
What if, by God, man, by God.
What if they actually booked that correctly?
My God. What if we had some long-term storyline?
I know. Like Seth, and you mentioned this last night. He beat Brock twice this year. He was pretty much given the mantle as face of the company. And for various reasons, the fans really haven't embraced him in that role. So it's been a year of peaks and valleys for one Seth Rollins. So just based on that alone, you can see why he might be harboring a bit of resentment.
What's kind of interesting also is that in the face of people booing Seth, yelling, "You're not cool," all that kind of stuff, in the face of all that, they never did this with Roman. They just stuck to Roman. And for some reason with Seth, they feel the ability, the freedom to play around with it a little bit and to roll with it.
Well, I mean, I guess as much as they kind of put him in role of face of the company, I still don't necessarily think he was, so to say, Vince's chosen one. That's still Roman.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So if they feel the winds of change blowing, and that means giving Seth some edge, and whether it means full-on heel turn or just, hey, I'm showing some tough love to Raw, which I hope is the latter because that's more interesting. Then, by all means. If it makes the show more interesting and more compelling, it makes Seth less annoying,
Yeah.
then yeah.
Yeah.
And it's great how we called it.
Annoying with a purpose.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know? Yeah, absolutely. Of course, we're going to just fast forward to, man, he's such a good heel. Can't wait till he turns face.
No, at this point, I think heel's the way to go.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's going to be that way for a while. And on top of that, of course, you get Kevin Owens elevated to the true top face spot.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yes.
I think that's really good as well. And then last night we also saw the United States title kind of take its spot as de facto top title on Raw as well. No Brock Lesnar, but all the guys that are basically main eventers
Or
show
vying
up
for that title, yeah.
to vie for the title. Meanwhile, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens are sort of having their own above title situation going on.
For the time being, and whoever comes out of that, Kevin Owens will probably
Owens.
eventually take on Brock Lesnar at
Kevin
WrestleMania
Owens. Yeah.
and get that WWE title.
Wasn't that a character of Kevin Nealon's? Did he do that on Weekend Update, or was that just a character?
I think it was just a character.
It
was Weekend Update.
Mr.
No, he was a host of Weekend Update, though, for a
He
stretch.
was, yeah, I know, but I thought he did it on Weekend Update as
Maybe
well.
he did before
I
he
don't
was
know.
the host.
Anyways, he was an underrated Weekend Update.
Oh, man, he was great.
Him and Colin Quinn were both underrated.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody beats Norm Macdonald, though.
No.
That guy was a walk and shoot interview when it came to Weekend Update.
I know.
He was great.
He did. No one did deadpan. No one does deadpan.
No one does deadpan.
Because everything he does is deadpan.
I will still go back and watch, like to this day, I'll watch him. He's got this really tiny, great bit with when he's talking to Seinfeld on his podcast about how like he only really does one impression. It's Richard Nixon, and it's Richard Nixon saying one line during the what was that interview he had?
The
Frost
Nixon thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's God. He's so funny.
He did an entire appearance on Howard Stern back when they had the E Show.
Yeah.
Dressed as Bob Dole. But then he told stories about just being on set at SNL.
But was he telling the stories as Bob Dole in his
Well,
voice?
I mean, as well as Norm Macdonald does.
No, he did a good Bob Dole.
Yeah, but it's still just Norm Macdonald.
So wait, was he doing a Bob Dole impression, telling stories about SNL?
It was in and out.
That's amazing.
Like, he essentially told the story, I believe, this is years ago, so memory's a bit foggy, about how he used the bathroom and forgot to wipe himself before leaving. It was pretty hilarious. It's like, well, what's that poop smell?
That's hilarious. That's so good. Anyways, yeah, I thought Raw was decent.
It was a fun show.
It was. It felt fresh. It felt like they had a pep in their step.
Yeah, there's energy to it. Let's see if they can sustain that.
Let's see if they can sustain that. That'd be nice.
That's going to be the key.
That'd be nice. Also, Dio Madden still out.
Samoa Joe in Los Angeles or something.
Oh, is that where he was?
He posted some stuff on Twitter that he was on the 5.
When is Backstage? You see that? We never talked about the ratings for Backstage.
Yeah, it was 180,000.
Yeah, up from 100,000.
Yeah. No Punk this week, though.
What was it the week before, like 50?
First week was 50. The second week was 80.
Okay.
Well, second week was 100. Sorry, second week was 100, I think.
That was
And
the
then
week that
180.
Punk returned.
Yeah.
I wonder if that got a bunch of buzz. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, CM Punk, total draw. And we're going to talk about that in a second here because Seth Rollins comes out and the crowd starts chanting CM Punk.
Yeah.
And he says Punk would rather sit behind a desk
rather than be essentially the agent of change that he claims he wants to be here.
And according to Dave Meltzer, Vince was not happy about that at all, according to Dave Meltzer's sources.
Really?
Yeah, because, Vince's thing, I thought this myself too, don't talk about somebody if you don't plan on bringing them out for a match. And evidently Vince was furious backstage because he addressed these chants. But it's like, I don't know.
What was he
I
supposed to do?
kind of get it because when he started talking about CM Punk, I was like, I know Vince's policy about don't talk about people unless you're going to have them out. Are they going to have them out?
I mean, if
But-
Seth has his way, yes.
I know. And Seth's been really active on Twitter.
He's
talking
trying
about
to get CM Punk back in the ring.
I know. I wonder what Seth's face looks like when Vince is yelling at him.
He just stands there and he's thinking to himself, what a weird old man.
You're probably right.
I mean, I get Vince's policy, but Punk is kind of in this purgatory where he's not a WWE employee, but he's involved in WWE programming.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like they're chanting Kenny Omega's name. That I would get.
I know.
But someone else recently, there's CM Punk chants and someone addressed it. But I can't remember where it was. It was over the weekend. On Friday or something? It was on Friday.
Was it at TakeOver?
I thought it was on SmackDown.
Oh, on SmackDown?
Thought.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they did too. But Seth really went in on it last night.
I know, and I thought it was really good.
Yeah, me too. Because here's the thing. I hate that. I hate ignoring something.
Exactly.
You're in Chicago. They're going to chant CM Punk because he's now kind of part of the company. Not really, but yes. Of course they're going to do that.
Totally.
Especially people they don't like. And right now they don't like Seth Rollins.
Yeah, they don't. So the vast majority of the Raw locker room is ringside, like it was a lumberjack match.
Well, yeah, it was like the big names were out there too. It was like, Charlotte was out there, Randy Orton was out there, Kevin Owens was out there. The big
Drew, the OC.
The only person who wasn't was
Becky.
Brock.
No Becky.
And no Becky on the entire show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he turns his attention to the Raw locker room. He says he's heartbroken over what Raw has become. Says everyone on Raw sucked at Survivor Series. You all sucked.
I love this. This was great.
I thought it was really good too.
Yeah.
This for the first time it was in a long time. This was a Seth promo where you get the sense that he was self-conscious about what he was saying.
Yeah.
Far too often you do a promo especially as a face, and you'd feel like he was self-conscious about coming across as a face.
Yeah, dude.
This just felt like he was speaking into the microphone.
I feel like he's probably really super on board with this.
Yeah.
He's probably like, man, people give me so much crap. At least let's give them a reason to.
Exactly. So the crowd starts chanting, "You suck." Seth says Raw went from the A show to the C show at Survivor Series. He wants to change that. He believes in Raw and says, does anybody want to speak up? No one speaks up. So Seth turns his attention first to Randy Orton. He says, Randy, you were the weak link of Team Raw. Randy's like, I'll deal with this. Gets up, walks up the stage.
Gives him the wanker sign.
Yeah. And then next he turns to Charlotte and says, you were the captain of Team Raw. You were even the last member left on your team, and you call yourself a Flair. She walks off.
Yeah.
And he turns
Charlotte had a bad night last night.
Yeah, she
had
did.
a bad night.
Bad night. AOP is next. Seth says, you were in Survivor Series. You shouldn't even be out here either. We don't need you tonight.
You guys have been sitting in a room talking for the last couple of months.
Yeah. And then finally he turns to Ray, and he says, Ray, you may let Raw down the most because, hey, I've beat Brock twice this year. You couldn't do it once with a lead pipe and the help of your stupid kid. God damn, that was good.
That was really good.
So Ray walks out. The rest of the locker room walks out, except for Kevin Owens. He stands up on the apron. He gets the ring. He has a mic. And Seth is like, don't get me wrong. I'm doing all this because I love Raw. I'm doing this for the right reasons.
Well, I like that the crowd started chanting Kevin Owens. And he's like, you don't have to call him Kevin Owens. You can call him Mr. NXT. Yeah. That's what you are, right?
Yeah. And he says, what have you done? You've been around here for a while, and you lazy piece of crap. He said, do you want my spot? Well, you'll never be Seth Rollins. And he's like, okay, I don't mean that. I mean, I'm doing this for the right reasons, Kevin. Mm-hmm. And then Kevin acts like he's respawn. Nah, stunner instead.
Stunner, yeah. That was perfect. It was perfectly executed. Because no, Kevin Owens he should just be stunning people. If you're gonna have the stunner as your thing,
then make it utilize it.
Then do it the way Stone Cold did it.
Just stun people.
And just stun
all
people.
over the place.
Yeah.
Exactly. But Steve, before we continue, here's a word from sponsor of today's show, Manscaped. Let me ask you, have you ever been in a situation where your lover has gone down to your man zone and they call you a lazy piece of crap because your entire front area is covered in a dense, overgrown mess of bush?
Yeah, it sounds like my entire 20s. Well, we're here to tell you, though, that you have the power to take your grooming skills from C show to A show with Manscaped. I, like most guys, have been victims of harsh trimmers that have played their own Survivor Series with my family jewels and eliminated tiny bits of ball skin when trying to groom down there. Ouch.
Thankfully, we're here. Thankfully, we're here to tell you Manscaped has completely changed the game. Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer with their Lawnmower 2.0. It's got proprietary technology that keeps your gimmick safe from cuts and snags.
But that's not all. Why just keep your hog pen free from slop when you can make it smell good too? Manscaped has an anti-chafing deodorant and moisturizer called Crop Preserver that keeps your nether regions smelling fresh.
Oh, yeah. Right now, friendos get 20% off and free shipping and a free travel bag by going to manscaped.com and using promo code GIR. Use the right tools to keep your ball skin safe. Trust me, your balls will thank you.
As will your lover when he or she goes down to your undercarriage and sees that your grooming skills have made a face turn. Again, get 20% off, free shipping, and a free travel bag by going to manscaped.com and using promo code GIR.
Next, we go backstage. Oh, sorry. Thanks to Manscaped for sponsoring today's show, and you're really helping out Going in Raw and your ball skin. by going to manscaped.com and using promo code GIR. I'm just so excited about talking about this Raw.
I know, I can tell.
Next, backstage we go. Seth has interview, and he more or less says, all right, Kevin Owens, we're fighting now. Mm-hmm. Challenge issued.
Challenge issued. And then we had Bobby Lashley versus Titus O'Neil. Another thing I liked last night, they had one jobber, didn't they? Mm-hmm.
Kyle Roberts.
Oh, that was with the Rowan match. That's right. Yeah. But then there were a couple other jobber type situations. They brought in guys who are actually on the roster. Titus O'Neil, maybe he's on main event. I don't know. But he came out to fight Bobby Lashley. Before that match actually kicked off, though, we had a scene shot earlier where Rusev, showing up at the arena, gets hounded by a fan for an autograph, or what he thought was a fan with an autograph for his kid. And Rusev's security was like, no, you need to go away. And Rusev was like, no, let him through. I'll sign an autograph for his kid. Sure. I'm good guy Rusev.
Yeah.
And the local...
I like how he said, he's like, oh, it's for the kid. It's fine.
Yeah. And then local enhancement father came over and said, you've been served with a restraining order.
In the state of Illinois.
Yeah.
And then
so
security's like, you need to get out of here. You can't be in the arena
which,
now.
by the way, is not their jurisdiction. They're security guards.
Well, and also, like, the arena's larger than 90 feet.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah.
You know?
could just be like, I don't know how far away that the back end of that room is, but...
It's not 90 feet.
Okay, well, it's, 90 feet. What was the...
90 feet is the length from home base to first base, or the space between bases at a baseball field. It's 90 feet.
I was trying to remember the... never mind. That was kind of dark. I was going to say the length. Because remember, they said like the length of feet that Owen Hart had fallen from the rafters.
Yeah.
And I think that was like 80 feet.
Yeah.
So like rafters to the mat is 80 feet. I know, it's dark. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyways. So, yeah. And security guards, like, I think cops can enforce restraining orders.
Yeah, but security can't. No.
Somebody, yeah.
I don't think so. Anyway, the match happens. It's not much of a match as you would expect. Lashley drops Titus with this huge spine buster. He held up there forever.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Drops him. Rusev runs in. He attacks Lashley, kicks him out of the ring, beats on him ringside, tosses him in the ring steps. They make the way up to the stage. Rusev tosses Lashley in the LED screen, slams his head in the announce table. He's getting ready to do a move through announce table maybe. That's when police come out, arrest Rusev, handcuff him. He breaks free just enough to shoulder tackle Lashley off the stage, and then he kicks over a lighting truss.
I thought this was cool.
It was cool because everybody felt comfortable.
Well, and it was like action. Stuff happened. It wasn't like just talking into a mic for God knows how long.
I know.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. And Rusev had kind of a weird turn of his own. Like he was all of a sudden he broke. He snapped.
I know.
Like when the cops had him, he was like, "Ha ha, I'm back. I'm back."
I know, it was great.
I'm like, I don't remember there being a crazy Rusev, but this is pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was neat.
Yeah, it was effective, much more effective than most recent segments. Mm-hmm. Next, we had AOP taking on Hawkins and Ryder. This is kind of a jobber situation here because AOP hits like last chapter like almost right away.
Yeah,
it doesn't go for the pin. This is a new AOP.
Yeah, shirtless too.
Yeah,
topless.
Yeah. Rizar's got some new tattoos.
Oh, I didn't know.
I think the one his back is new. I think,
okay.
Or if it's not new, it's larger. I don't remember him having a tattoo all over his back.
Were they shirtless before?
They used to wear vests and then tank tops.
Yeah, right.
But I don't remember them ever being shirtless. No, maybe the tattoos were always there, just never saw them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because they were covered up.
Because they were covered up.
Maybe. AOP hits corner Death Valley Drivers and Super Collider, and then Razor pins Hawkins after a powerbomb neckbreaker combo.
Now, this would have been a bit of an eye roller because it's like, okay, they're just going to War Machine them and they're just going to be fighting jobbers. But we saw later on in the night it's going to be a bit more interesting.
Potentially.
After that, we had Akira Tozawa versus Andrade.
This is a fun match, not very long. Almost, Andrade, upper hand early. Then Tozawa got like a good stretch of offense in. Hit his snap German suplex, which is the best in the game, goes up top for a senton. Andrade knocks him off, double knees in the corner, hits hammerlock DDT to win. Again, short, but it wasn't a complete squash situation.
They let Tozawa do some stuff, which is nice. And yeah, like you said, it's not like a jobber is squash. It's like you kind of understand Akira's not going to win this, but make it a match.
They let him get his moves in.
Yeah. Man, now that Ray's got that U.S. title, we're going to get Andrade Ray
One can hope.
for the title. Come
They
back
keep
around
on
to that.
every week. They're saying, so you think Andrade can be a champion? They're saying that every week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, 24/7 title for Andrade.
Perfect. Elevates the title.
Yep.
After that, we had Aleister Black. He's in his room, and he's stewing over the fact that somebody actually came and picked a fight with him, even though I thought that's what he wanted the entire time.
I know.
Buddy Murphy, you don't know what you did by rolling up to my ice cream truck,
It seems pretty
to
obvious.
my
he knows
chocolate
what he did.
factory, and knocking on the door to pick a fight with me.
Yeah.
So yeah, he sort of said he's gonna go to the ring.
Yeah, during Buddy's match and have said fight.
After that, Team Extreme, or at least 1/3 of them,
Dun, dun,
Matt
dun,
Hardy
dun.
made his return. According to Sean Ross Sapp, his contract's up in a couple months.
Yeah.
So it's not like to his knowledge, he hasn't signed like a new deal or whatever.
Yeah, I would think that he'd be wary of doing so because he's not doing anything.
Fightful also had an interview with him
Yeah.
apparently relatively recently where he talked about
Explaining the broken universe to Vince.
having a half-hour-long conversation explaining the broken
I'm actually
universe.
surprised it only took that long.
Me too. I'm kind of shocked at that one.
Unless it was a situation where Vince heard him out for a half hour. I was like, I don't really get it, but whatever.
Yeah. It's like, I love you, Matt Hardy, so you do whatever you want to do. Take a camera crew. You can do it once.
You can do it one time.
You can do it one time because I like you that much.
Finish this. Buddy escapes a couple twist of fate. Hits Matt with 2 V triggers, and then he hits Kamigoye for the win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, Matt did a hell of a job selling, especially that first knee.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Matt got a little bit of offense in.
Yeah, he
get
did.
a,
He
got
did.
a
He
side
did.
effect in.
Yeah, this wasn't a complete squash situation. No.
Whenever it's crazy, man. Whenever Matt Hardy goes away, that dude starts working out again. Like I imagine, especially at his age, you're on the road. I'm not sure if he's on Nugenics or not. It's funny whenever that commercial comes on. Lacey's always like, "Did they just say eugenics?" And I'm like, "I know. It's a weird phrase
You'd
because
think-
it's so close to
You'd
eugenics."
think they'd come up with a better name
Right.
because it is really close.
It's literally one letter
Yeah.
away
Yeah.
from eugenics.
Yeah.
Which is really
Which is
ugly,
horrible.
Which is ugly.
Which is horrible.
What are you on, eugenics? I'm sorry, what?
Nugenics.
Whoa, close one there. Oh, man.
After Buddy's win, he grabs a mic. He drops a promo, says, "Hey, Alistair, I'm here to pick a fight with you." And then Alistair's music hits, and Buddy's like, "Oh, dang."
Uh-oh. Peace off, Ghost.
Yeah. And so Alistair's in the ring. A bunch of offense sends Buddy out, culminating with a knee strike. And Buddy's like, all right.
But he had he had some blood coming down, too.
Yeah, from the Hardy match.
Yeah, yeah.
After that, we had a Charlotte interview talking her match against Asuka later on, their dynamic at Survivor Series.
It's like, I don't know what her problem is. Either she's upset with me that I beat her streak or that I ended her streak at Mania, or that I
took her title last
yeah,
spring.
yeah.
And she said, "I never said I was a team player."
That was fun. She said, "Everybody keeps saying I'm team captain. I never said I'm a team player."
Yeah.
Charlotte's so great.
Yeah.
It's like she's already done everything.
I know.
She's already moved into I don't care mode.
I know.
And I think some of that, she looks like she's having fun, and I'm pretty sure some credit belongs to Andrade. Because there was a picture of Charlotte.
Credit belongs to love.
Yes, thank you. Exactly. There is a picture of them after she got hit with the spray, the mist rather. And
After at
she's-
Survivor Series.
was it Survivor Series? I didn't know if it was Survivor
I
Series.
thought
or
maybe it
Raw.
was last night. Maybe
I
it was
just
last
saw
night.
the picture this morning. I don't know.
Okay, I saw it yesterday.
And she's okay. There you go then. And she's trying to give Andrade a kiss, and he's backing up, and
Yeah.
she has a big smile on her face while she's trying to give him a kiss.
Yeah.
Because she's all stink with green mist.
Yeah.
And it's the cutest freaking
Yeah.
picture I've ever seen
Yeah.
in my life. It's so genuine.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're adorable.
They are adorable. They're madly in love.
And I think Dad likes him because I saw pictures of Andrade and Ric Flair at like their house or something like that. Oh, it's adorable.
It really
I
is.
love seeing that.
Next, we were supposed to have AJ Styles versus Humberto Carrillo. However, the OC lay out Carrillo before the match starts. Humberto mounts a little bit of offense until he gets choke slam on the apron by Luke Gallows. And then Carl Anderson
Hot
tosses
Carl.
him into the ring steps. Then they follow up with a magic killer on the ring steps. Grabs the mic. AJ's like, "I was supposed to have a match. Oh, well." And then Ricochet comes down to check on Carrillo. The OC all start talking
You're
trash.
supposed to be a superhero. Why didn't you come out here and save him?
Save your friend. Ricochet responds, says, well, maybe you should put that U.S. title in line, and we'll see what happens.
He said, this isn't how a champion's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I challenge thee.
And
then
AJ
Randy
goes,
Orton comes
No,
out.
AJ first goes, no.
Yeah. So then Randy Orton comes out. He wants a title match. AJ says, I just beat you at WrestleMania. I already beat you. I already beat you. I beat you, and I beat you.
And then Drew McIntyre walks out and says, oh, you haven't ever faced me, much less beat me.
Yeah.
Let's give these people the match they want to see, you versus me, for United States title. And AJ's like,
I'm sore from last night.
I'm sore from last night.
Still sore.
And then was it Gallows and said, no, it was a workout injury. He was doing lateral raises.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. And then Ray is out last. He says, well, you say you're beat up. I went through hell with Brock Lesnar. I'm beat up too, but let's give Chicago what they want to see, U.S. title match. AJ's like, I decline.
Yeah.
And the Ricochet says, how about this? Fatal 4-way. Winner gets match against AJ tonight for U.S. title. And then AJ turns to Gallows and Anderson and is like, that should have them say no. And they're both like, oh, that's actually a pretty good idea. And AJ's like, fine. Whoever wins be beat up anyways. No problem.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
That's good stuff.
The OC seems like they're having fun.
Yeah, I know they do.
Imagine if they had kept them together their first time around instead of breaking them up in the brand split.
Yeah, I know. After that, we had that fatal 4-way, Randy versus Drew versus Ray versus Ricochet. This was a ton of fun. It
really
seemed
was.
like everybody in the match was having fun.
Yeah.
There was that great bit. I'll just talk about some of the highlights. The little chop off. I wish it would have gone a lot longer.
Yeah.
But oh my God, that was so much fun.
That was fun.
Like, I always like when Randy Orton is into things. I
know.
think everybody does.
Yeah.
But like him and then Drew gave that thunder chop, and Randy literally went like this.
I know.
Oh, that was good.
Well, the first time it was almost like an Okada level sell when Ospreay chopped him because he grabbed his chest and bent over. That first one. And then Randy gave one, and it wasn't even close to what Drew was doing.
Yeah.
And then Drew did the thunderous one, and that's when Randy did this. And then he acts like he's going to chop him back and just pokes him in the eye.
that was good.
It was good.
I thought that was so good.
That was really good.
That was fun stuff.
There's a lot of other great spots before that. Early on, Drew catches Ricochet, slams him ringside, and then Orton grabs Ray and tosses him. And so Ray slides out of the ring right on top of Ricochet. That was great.
Yeah.
There's a great Tower of Doom bit. with
Oh, that
Drew.
was Drew was in the Tree of Woe. And then Randy went to go get a top rope suplex to, was it Ray? Yeah, it was Ray. And Drew does a sit up.
German suplex Tower of Doom, yeah.
Oh man, that was cool.
And then the OC come down ringside during that. We mentioned the chop off, and then he hits a series of uppercuts. Drew hits a Glasgow kiss, and the Ricochet flies in out of nowhere, takes out Drew. He has the upper hand until Drew hits him with the clothesline, the powerbomb. That gets him a 2 count. Drew sets him up for a Claymore. Orton runs in, hits him with the RKO, goes for the cover. OC pulls him out of the ring. And then Ray eventually gets the win, pinning Ricochet with like an inside cradle type thing.
Yeah. So then they immediately go to the next match after a commercial break.
And as you would expect, AJ has the control for a vast majority of it.
Yeah. Towards the finish of the match, AJ set up Ray for Styles Clash. Ray escapes, hits Sunset Bomb for 2. Then he hits a 619. AJ falls back into the ref, so we get a ref bump.
Yeah, before this, though, the ref had already tossed the Gallows and Anderson from the ring.
Yeah. Like, I think Anderson
Tripped up Ray.
Yeah. Ref sort of noticed what had happened, and he sent them out.
Yeah. So we get a ref bump. Ray makes the cover. The ref is out, though. OC hit the ring and start taking the boots to Ray, beating him up. Orton comes out. He takes out Gallows and Anderson. AJ goes for nominal forearm. He avoids it, kicks AJ into the ropes, hits a 619. Orton follows with an RKO. Ray hits a frog splash, goes for the cover. Ref comes to. New U.S. champion Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Crowd was super into it, too.
Walter runs to the ring to celebrate with him. Good job, Dad. I'm very happy for you now. I am UK champion. You are US champion. Look at us. We're the new United Nations.
The transatlantic champions.
Yeah. What do they call it? Wait, what do they call it? Oh, they called them it's Sheamus, Rusev, Wade Barrett, and
League of Nations.
The League of Nations, yeah, the OG United Nations. Let's see here. Then we had a Kevin Owens interview
where he accepts Seth's
he just sort of
challenge,
took the mic and started talking, and he said, "Yeah, I'll fight you."
Oh, but he went this bit about how he's known who he's been his entire career.
Yeah,
he's like, I do things for me, I'm not pushed in anything, and I don't let anybody force me into doing anything. Unlike you, you try your damnedest to be what you think this company wants you to be, and you just come off as a whiny prick.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Really good promo there.
Great promo.
After that, we had a really fun match between Charlotte and Asuka. Yeah, what was that all about?
So there's this weird exchange at the beginning of the match where King is talking about Charlotte's performance at Survivor Series, and he says the Nature Boy is looking down on Charlotte. And Vic interpreted that as if the King thought that Ric Flair had passed away and viewing him down from the heavens.
Yeah.
And then the King says, no, just like condescendingly.
Yeah. Yeah, Vic's reaction was really weird. He said, King,
Ric Flair's not dead.
And I don't know if that was a planned bit between the two of them. Because that's a weird thing to say. Even if your broadcast partner says something like that, if he doesn't explicitly say, Ric Flair, who passed away, would be looking down on Charlotte, why would you say that?
I know, it was really weird.
Look, man, from what we understand, Vince is in these people's ears constantly. So I don't know how much of this is him or if this is just them. And they're just the chemistry just needs to. It's not there yet. It could be painful between Vic and Lawler.
Lawler was working a bit more heel last night.
Yeah, a little bit. It's still not working.
Need Joe to come in and choke out Lawler.
Lawler, wow. Jeez.
And then not shoot, worked.
What if it's just a good handshake? Hey Lawler, thanks so much. They're tagging me in.
No, pal. Man, give Joe that heel heat.
Oh. But he's on commentary.
Yeah?
I think, I don't know if that'll actually accomplish heel heat, to be honest, because I don't think anybody really likes
true,
Lawler.
I know.
Sucks too, because I like Lawler. But, man, he's a really good artist.
Yeah.
And he's got a legendary career in Memphis.
That's fine.
Respect the man.
You can appreciate one's career achievements while not necessarily being a fan of the current work.
No, I agree. I'm not a fan of the current work, and it's a bummer because I appreciate the man's achievements.
Yeah.
I don't want to dump all over the guy. He's in a position where should he have said no? Maybe, but just like it's not on us to say the Undertaker should have said no at all those matches. But you watch Broken Skull Sessions, like, let the guy do what he's gonna do. But we don't have to watch.
Maybe if Lawler does a session on there, he explain why he came back, and if it's not as relatable as what Undertaker said, then we're like, all right, he should go. Just go draw.
Just go draw.
I don't know.
What a jerk thing to say. Just go draw. That's funny. So anyways, Charlotte has the upper hand early. Kyrie is just distracting all over the place.
That hip attack in the corner was rough.
Yeah, that was good.
To Charlotte's back and knocking her into the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
Ow.
Oscar rolls out. Charlotte goes chasing Kyrie Sane into the crowd.
We go to commercial right after that. We come back, and then Oscar puts Charlotte in like a cross arm breaker, then a triangle, but Charlotte powers out. Charlotte's almost like they book her offense like Seth, where every match he gets all his stuff in.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Charlotte's in a position now where she never has to wrestle from behind, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like it takes Miss to beat her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But for some reason I enjoy it. I think it's because she's not the centerpiece of anything.
Yeah.
She's more of a Randy Orton than anything. It's like, oh, I know they're not going to job Randy Orton out to anybody. They're going to treat him like he's super special. But he's not clogging up any title scenes.
No, not currently.
He's just doing and honestly, if they put Orton in a title scene these days, I wouldn't mind. The guy makes me laugh. He entertains the crap out of me.
Yeah.
With Charlotte, she's not in a title scene, and so she's just this
Well, she's kind of in the tag title scene, her and Becky.
I don't know.
That's what's
they've sort of flirted with it a little bit. I don't know, man. Do you think they're going more towards that or more towards Becky versus Asuka, like a straight up feud?
They announced which two matches? There's a women's tag title. No, for Starrcade this weekend.
Oh.
And I was.
Is it going to be at Barely Legal?
The Kabuki Warriors are defending the tag titles against Charlotte and Becky, Sasha and Bailey, and Nikki and Alexa Bliss.
That's cool. That's a Starrcade?
Yeah, streaming on Sunday on the network.
That's this Sunday? Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And then Lashley versus
Where is that happening at?
Duluth, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Suburban Atlanta.
Okay. Cool.
Anyways, finish this match. Charlotte sent up for a figure 8. Kyrie runs back down ringside. Charlotte's like, I don't know why she's so easily distracted. Chases her, catches up to her, tosses her in the ring post, and then Sane comes to enough to distract the ref, allows Asuka to hit the green mist on Charlotte, rolls her up for the win.
Yeah, Charlotte steps so far into that mist.
And not only that, she pulled her hair back.
Yeah.
So it wasn't going in her hair. It was going to go all on her
It
face.
was super effective. I love it, man. And then the look on Asuka's face after she steals the win like that, and Kyrie's.
Oh, that shot of Kyrie and her where Asuka's kind of laying against the barricade and smiling.
It's awesome.
It was really good.
That was so good. I
really
love
good.
it. I love it. I love the mist, man. I think it's awesome. After that, we had a squash match with Eric Rowan and Kyle Roberts. Oh, I didn't see this promo. What did Rowan say?
Is this more talking to the critter inside the cage?
Oh, was it the camera inside the cage again? Oh, okay.
It was
Yeah, I heard it. I was doing something.
Yeah, it's kind of the same as what we've heard. So Kyle decides to take a look inside the cage, and he's horrified. And as is Rowan, that someone would dare do such a thing.
Yeah, man.
And he drops some power bombs in the ring post, back of the ring, 2 iron claws, match over.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye, Kyle Roberts.
Say goodbye, Kyle Roberts.
Next, we had a really charming WB Shop ad with the Iconics and R-Truth.
Yeah, Lacey was bugging me at this point, so I didn't watch it.
I mean, it's just the Iconics selling stuff. R-Truth comes in.
They're all very charming.
Totally. And there's like a 24/7 title at the table, so he grabs it, runs off while he tells the Iconics to repeat some lines with their eyes closed.
Okay, that's good. That's good stuff.
Next, AJ has an interview. He can barely talk. He's so upset about losing that U.S. title.
Yeah, these kind of things are cheesy. But he did as much as he could with it.
Yeah.
And then he just said the word Randy Orton.
Yeah, he blames Orton for losing.
Mm-hmm.
Lana interview. She took the long way around saying she just wants Rusev to be fired.
Yeah, but then she had a weird bit at the end.
But that's okay because I'm fine.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I don't know. I don't care. I like Crazy Rusev, though.
Yeah.
After that, we had Seth Rollins versus
Our main
Kevin
event.
Owens in our main event.
event.
And this is as fun as you'd think it'd be. I hope this is going to be I'm sure it's going to be a protracted feud, lasting several pay-per-views.
One would hope.
Yeah.
Up to the Rumble, hopefully.
Give us a takeover level match. Take it to takeover.
There you go. So Owens goes for a stunner immediately. Seth gets out of there. They were ringside for a while, brawling. Back in the ring, Seth starts working over Kevin Owens' leg until Owens super kicks him out of the ring, and then Seth goes ringside to get a chair. How is he going to use it? Wait till after this commercial break.
Yeah.
Come back from commercial. Chair's gone. Seth goes for a superplex. Kevin counters with a face buster, then a swanton, but Seth gets his knees up, goes for the cover, gets a 2 count. Owens eventually hits the DDT on Seth. Rollins rolls out of the ring. Kevin Owens follows up with a swanton off the apron. That was great.
Yeah, that was good.
Put Seth back in the ring. Frog splash, only a 2 count though. Owens goes for another stunner. Seth avoids it. It's a great sequence back and forth. Owens avoids a stomp, and then another stomp. Hits a pop-up powerbomb. Sit-down variety. 2 count. Seth goes for a stomp. Instead, he eats a stunner. Kevin Owens needs to find a way to hit a stunner and just fall on the person immediately.
Yeah.
This is twice now in as many weeks, I believe, where he's hit a stunner on somebody and it just can't.
Just falls down.
He can't get the cover.
Yeah.
Then AOP run out to the ring. One of them, each of them, corner KO Seth, and then they start. Owens gets up. I think it was Razor. He slaps him, and then the AOP does a layout Kevin Owens.
Yeah. So which one is bald and which one has hair?
I think Razor has hair. Akam is got
Raise
less.
hair. Raise hair. You're right, because that's how I had it before. The bald one is Scott Dawson. Bang. I got it.
All right.
I got it.
All right. So they toss Owens to the ring post repeatedly and then hit this flapjack knee type thing on him. And then they turn their attention to Seth, and then he's in the corner and he stands up. He's like, all right, bring it on, bring it on. Instead, AOP turns and leaves. And then Seth hits Kevin Owens with not 1 stomp, but 2.
Yeah.
As Raw is going off the air.
Ooh, yeah. Well, he's got to make sure that stomp works. He's all messed up from the Fiend. I really hope that's the situation here, man.
Or at least it's got to be an ingredient.
I mean, it makes sense.
It does.
It makes sense. You can. Anyways, I'm going to hit up the Discord. Why don't you look at Super Chats?
All
We'll
right.
answer some questions.
Fair enough. Quoth the Raven. Becky lost at Survivor Series. Power rank reasons why Seth didn't call her out last night. He also says Charlotte looks great in green. Just be kayfabe or just whatever reasons? I mean, really, the primary reason is they're engaged, and if he calls her out publicly,
oh, you don't want
say goodbye to that.
You don't want to do that. Part of me hopes that she shows up at NXT, but they're probably going to do Rhea Ripley there.
I think that we're done with all the brand stuff.
Yeah, you're probably right.
For a year.
That'd be neat. I don't know. I don't even know what the real reason is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, is the real reason because they've acknowledged like they went really hard in for like a couple weeks?
I would think if she wasn't even on the show at all, then there'd be either she had another appearance booked, she had some time off written in, I don't know, or did she just show up like, yeah, we don't have anything for you this week? I don't know. I
would imagine it's. Do we know what the dark matches were last night?
No.
I don't know what the dark matches were. Because sometimes when they don't show up, they do a dark match. Let's see here. Greg Morris, what wrestler do you think could never be a heel and who could not be a face? He says, I can't ever see Ray as a heel. Weren't the Filthy Animals heels?
I guess so. That was a long time ago. At this point, it'd be really hard for Ray to be a heel.
I don't know. It might be good. It might be good. Like, he's really good with those impassioned half Spanish promos. I could see that as being some cool heel. But it'd be like a cool heel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I don't think it'd be like people hate him heel. Like him and Andrade as a team instead of that could be
feuding.
Cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who should just be heels. I'm drawing a blank right now. There's someone I know that's on the tip of my tongue who's historically been a heel that had a face turn and wasn't great.
Up until like last year, it was like the Miz. Like they tried a face turn with him, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah. Lena Bliss, love when Meltzer sarcastically fills blanks. Lol. Nick C, I'm seeing Slayer Wednesday night, so I'll have to watch NXT and Dynamite Thursday morning. Also, happy Thanksgiving to all the friendos. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, we should mention. We probably should have done this.
Oh, yeah, programming notes.
So, programming notes. He's hitting the road tomorrow.
Correct.
And so, no. What do we usually do on Wednesdays?
It's usually just news. That's getting preempted.
So
Matt Chat will be tomorrow.
Matt Chat is going to run tomorrow.
We have a special announcement Thursday, plus also our Popeyes video, right?
Our Popeyes chicken sandwich review, which we are doing because we sold a bunch of shirts.
Friday, another special video
related to the Thursday thing.
Correct, and then Saturday, something else special related to the Thursday and Friday thing.
Yeah.
And then Sunday will be our review of Broken Skull Sessions Episode 1.
That is available right now, early access for patrons.
Correct.
$5 and up, and YouTube channel members, so you can check that out now. So we're getting a little bit of vacation.
Yeah.
Well, at least I am.
I got to spend basically 2 whole days driving.
Yeah. So that's fun.
Poke. Now all I want to see is Aleister Black sing, "Come with me, and you'll be world of pure imagination."
Cody Miles, who should the Fiend change next, and in what way? Who's over there on SmackDown?
Well, it remains to be seen how he's going to change Daniel Bryan.
Oh, he's going to become capitalist. A consumer.
A climate change denialist.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah, flat earther.
He starts eating hot dogs. Made fun of AJ.
Made fun of AJ. He said, "Don't you think the Earth is flat?"
I'm just saying, there's a lot of questions you got to ask. AJ's response.
Yeah, that was great.
He's like, "I'm not a flat earther. There's a lot of questions."
I just think there's a lot of questions about the nature of the Earth, how flat it is. Oh man.
Tim Burton, I want to see Rusev attacking people. Think they're Lashley?
Oh, he thinks people are Lashley, so he attacks them. He goes like super crazy. Let's see here. Wolfpack for Life has officially joined the Discord group. He says Discord is better than Steve. Pfft, you just joined a losers group.
Wow.
Wolfpack, loser for life, not Wolfpack for life. Let's see here. So Jimmy Thomas wants to know, is Randy a heel or a face? He lost track.
He's just Randy Orton.
He's just Randy. He does what he wants to do when he wants to do it. That's a shoot right there. Dwayne Nix. So it looks like the AOP are going to be the new J&J Security. How are you feeling about this? If they're Seth's muscle, I'm fine with that because they're like way cooler than J&J Security. Like they're mean dudes.
Yeah, they are.
So I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Like if they're the pit bulls that he uses, but very reluctantly, like, man, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
But you're forcing me into it. I like that. That's good.
No, I agree.
Let's see here. Kiniku Boneman, what sort of situations do you think Asuka will need to be in order to use the more potent red or black mists? So is that kayfabe? Is that like a thing?
Oh,
red
maybe.
mist, black mist, more powerful than green mist?
Maybe.
That'd be cool if it was.
Maybe. Well, I mean, it would take using the green mist on somebody and victory not being the end result.
Oh, if somebody no-sold green mist?
Yeah, like, for example, Becky, she had a match against Becky, hits the green mist, and whether it be through perseverance or no-selling it or an accident, Becky still wins, then she might have to step up to a different level of mist.
Upgrade, yeah. Let's see here. Wolfpack for life. While watching older episodes of Raw and SmackDown, everybody brought signs. Why are they less popular now? Less enthusiasm? I don't know if there was ever a time when WWE started actively like either taking them away or like, saying, hey, no, you can't bring that in. Maybe there was some sort of clampdown on that. I don't know. But if there was never anything like that, you just have to chalk it up to lack of enthusiasm. Because it was the thing. I mean, it was also part of the thing. It was part of the culture back then. You'd bring a sign.
Well, you bring a sign because you're like, oh, that's funny. Let's see if I can do better than that this week.
Yeah.
You saw something on TV that you thought was pretty amusing or it was a good idea or whatever. And, it seemed like a constant game of one-upsmanship.
Signs are just a thing to do.
Yeah.
It's somewhere along the way that got lost.
Joshua Valles says print is dead. That's why.
They're digital signs now. It's called Twitter.
Yeah, now everybody brings their tablets in and just holds it up.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Dropkick says AOP plus Seth equals new Shield. Well, they got the SWAT gear. Although I guess they don't anymore because they go topless. They're very smooth, too. They shave. They're very smooth. Rory, what will be the next Meltzer piece used in storyline? His feud with Corey Graves.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Corey Graves starts giving his number out to people. Why don't you call me? Just call me if you want the truth.
Maybe.
Corey's going to become like an agent of truth.
They have Corey and Morrow like being passive aggressive towards one another on commentary.
Yeah. Boy, that's a bummer if true. If Morrow didn't do Survivor Series because of Corey, if that's true, that's a drag. That's a total drag.
It is. It's lame.
Let's see here.
No. I mean, I understand why Morrow would do it. Or not do it, rather.
No.
I'm not trying to say. I'm not saying it's lame that Morrow did do it.
We're saying Corey's lame.
Yeah, Corey's a lame one here.
Yeah, Corey's a kid. Let's see here. Gary MacArthur, kayfabe, and in real life, what are the contents of the green mist? Isn't the green mist? Wouldn't it just be like water and green food coloring?
Well, in kayfabe, then you.
No, I'm saying in real life.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah. And then in kayfabe, it's like, rattlesnake venom.
Something that blinds you temporarily. I don't know what that is.
Some sort of like pepper spray type thing.
Yeah, maybe.
But you won't put that in your mouth. But then Asuka's double tough.
Yeah.
So she can.
Yeah. Maybe it's something that only really affects the eyes versus anything like the particular type of cells in your mouth.
Yeah. Let's see here. Logan, who do you think will be Bray Wyatt's new face on Funhouse? Oh, are they debuting a new?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That'd be cool if it was Liv Morgan.
New puppet, or it'd be cool with a new puppet.
A puppet of Liv Morgan. Let's see here. Get out of here.
Alex C says it's a poison gland in kayfabe. Oh, a lot of people are saying, gosh. Mountain Dew. That's funny.
It's a poison gland. I think Klingons had that. There was an episode of Next Generation where they all start de-evolving to like previous versions of their species, kind of.
Yeah.
And Worf had like a poison sack right here, and he sprayed Beverly. He gave Beverly Crusher the green mist.
Wow.
It was super cheesy, as half of Next Generation was. Let's see here. Wong, last night's Raw was one of the first Raws in ages where both on paper and execution it was great, but something feels off. For me, I still think the show is too long. For me personally, the show actually flew by last night.
Yeah, for once. Usually I would be in total agreement because the show is 3 hours is a long.
3 hours is too long.
Is a long show.
That's
it is
just,
too long.
That is just the standard. That's too long. It did go by pretty quick for me. I think also like it feels a little bit off because there's no main title.
Yeah.
That always feels a little bit weird to me. Is that when you have like a big show and Lesnar is not there?
Yeah.
You know, because he's the big title.
Sorry,
guy.
Dummel. Sorry about your super. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
All right.
I get the Liv stand part.
Yeah.
I know Dummel is a huge Liv Morgan fan.
This might be like a Discord thing. Who knows?
I don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't get it.
All right. Anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. Overrun's coming up in a little bit.
Yes.
For patrons, $5 and over. Thank you for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.